Okay. We're gonna be streaming some playing some League over here. So we are going to put me really tiny in the corner. Okay. So we are going to be playing some League today. Um, as we've been doing, we're going to be kind of trying to get through ranked solo duo queue um, on my own as a support main, and that means it's the hard grind because no matter how good of a support you are, um, I've never been good enough to carry the entire team on my back. But I think there's very few champs in this game at the moment who are able to fully carry. Now, there were some updates. I do believe we're on patch 10.10. And so that means we are going to be uh, playing with on this new patch. There have been some changes. It has slightly affected how some of the champs are playing, but not horrendously. Now, so what I'm doing is I'm putting Morgana as my preferred champion. She always is. I'm gonna go ahead and ban Irelia. I did see a pretty ridiculous Irelia earlier today. Um, wasn't too happy about it, but you know, it still happens. And so nobody banned Morgana. Awesome. I'm first pick. Taking her. Um, so as always, I'm gonna play Morgana. Do I wanna? I have a chroma for Morgana's base skin, and sometimes I'll just play with it to confuse people. But other times I play Bewitching Morgana. I got Blackthorn, and I have Exiled Morgana. If anybody wants to tell me which skin I should use, that's also cool. You can go ahead and do that. So y'all can pick skin at this point if I have it for Morgana. So it looks like I'm just going to go with Exiled Morgana. Our team looks like it's a pretty decent comp. Annie mid, Ezreal bots. Um, don't have the Coven one, unfortunately. Don't have that money. Just came out. It's still at this expensive time. But, as much as I want to play that one, I have Exiled. I have Blackthorn, and I have Bewitching Morgana, but we're just gonna go with Exiled today. So, looking at the opposite team, they've got a lot of AD. They are very AD heavy, which means I will probably have to rush Hourglass today, even though I don't like normally to buy it on Support Morgana. But when there's that many ADs, even a little bit of armor is going to help. Now, looking at the people we're playing with, it looks like we've got a silvers. We got a bronze 3. Okay. So we got 2 silver 2s, silver 4, I'm silver 3. That's a bronze 3. Oh. Well, it's reconnecting apparently. And then can't see their ranks, but we can see their mastery on their champs. Got level 7 on that Varus, but a level 4 on the Senna. That could just be because Senna was banned for a while after she came out. Could have had time if you're a full-time player to get that up. But level 7 Riven in our top lane is nice. So. And as always, I've played a lot of Morgana. Too much, sometimes. Too much. So we're just going to wait for this game to load in. We're at about 98% at the moment. And 99. So we should be close. So this match, I've got some goals that are personal goals. I might be able to hit the next milestone in the Not My House series because I'm at 1,164 and that one's a 1,190. Since we get sin, I can take that. And I should be able to take that and get that, so we're gonna work toward that today. So I'm not sure what our Zach is doing. Maybe just checking over there. So what you really can't see in real time at the moment is that our Zach and Ezreal were having conversation about the potential of where the enemy jungler is going to be this game. But based on his conqueror ability, the conversation implies that he might be hanging out a lot of top lane this game. If he's going that strategy of, hey, I want red orbs so I can be that transformation of Kayn. Makes sense. Makes sense. So they hit 2 before us. A little bit concerning, because I mean, Senna has her abilities first, but now I can block her stun, and we are all good. So the Senna's being a little bit aggressive for the fact that she just missed her stun, and that allowed Ezreal to take advantage of it and get first blood. Not sure what that sound was, but I'm certain my husband will take care of it. So what we got there was we got a flash out of Varus, and we also got his heal. Wasn't sure if we got that or not. And we got Kayn bot lane, so not sure if he was already planning to be down here or if our aggressiveness and Senna dying forced his hand a little bit. So an interesting interaction I have found with Senna and Morgana is that Senna's stun ability takes a second to trigger, but Morgana Black Shield does in fact shield against it, which is nice. At first, playing against her after those first few weeks where she was no longer banned and low elos, uh, it took me a little bit to figure that out. Um, I'm sad to say, but you know, it's one of those, I guess, when you don't have access to play against the champion, you don't learn. So so I'm not sure why Zach went in there, unless he just wanted to absolutely get something out of being down bot, which I can understand. But Ezreal and I are both almost out of mana and have not yet recalled, while their ADC has. Their support was forced to, and I got ignited, so I died there, and I knew there was no point of flushing once the ignite was on. So, as normal, we're gonna, first time back, we can grab that Vision Ward, and we are going to grab our Aether Wisp so that we can ensure that we have some movement speed and ability power going forward. And that is what step 1 to Ardent Sensor, to give Ezreal some more attack damage, as well as Riven and Zac. So Aether Wisp is kind of the go-to for multiple people. So they're pushing hard because they, I think they just realized that Ezreal has not yet backed, and probably really needs to. He is probably sitting on several items worth of gold, not full items, but like part items at the moment, and needs a reset. But also does not want to give up farm, which is one of the reasons that I do not like playing ADC, is because you gotta micromanage getting farm, but also at the same time not letting your lane get pushed so fast. So just by the sheer number of hours I have on Morgana, I know when I can push something or when I can go ward for the most part, without dying. So like that moment, I knew I could take Senna abilities for a moment, and she was relatively confident of at least just poking me down. But this gives our Ezreal some time to go back, since Varus is dead. But still not going back. Come on, go back. So I got like every ability they could toss me there. I got the Varus ult. I got flashes. It was a full thing there. So I found my ward. Not surprised. I didn't really hide it. So I grabbed another vision ward, control ward. So for some reason their Fiora is mid lane. Our Annie is getting jumped on by 4 people. Because she's in the river. And that was a good call on... So, um... So, what that might have seemed very silly for a lot of people. Woo! Um, but that took away a lot of threat from their top lane, their jungle, and their bot lane because... Oh crap. I stepped away for 2 seconds. um, but Riven was left alone top lane, which meant that Riven's getting farm. Our Annie, while she died, at least she wasn't getting a lot of pressure on her at that exact moment. This is a... Is this lethality Varus? It is. So it's lethality Varus, which is legit, like, might as well be a little bit of cancer. Because it just, once it starts, it doesn't go away. Ever. But it was bad to call it cancer. That's my bad. I shouldn't say that. Now, our Annie came bot, kind of to repay that favor a little bit. That word is still there. Good. Okay. Because I now have the full 3 stacks on Frost, or the 600 gold, 500 gold that is required to transform that to the Frostfang, I have it, and it's going, and so that means that I can really ensure that my bot lane is covered, not only with vision, but anti-vision, so I will be killing them. Well, this guy doesn't realize that I'm here, because I just got back to lane. So, for some reason I just had a feeling. So what we have here... So that lethality Varus in one attack did 378 damage. That's no fun. No fun at all. Oh, there's the Senna. Never mind. Still, would you rather than be hesitant and wary that the Senna is up? So, this virus is a little bit ridiculous. And is just kind of pressing... So... Now, they are an all AD team, which means everybody can just buy a little armor and at least get part of the way through that. I am done with that item. Which does kind of make my Athena's Unholy Grail a little bit pointless. However, that doesn't boost my shielding power on Ezreal, which is nice. So the next dragon's coming up. I need to start warding and working on that, but I can't because of that. However, because Ezreal was already poking Senna, I could just focus on ulting and not really worrying about too much. So we're gonna take this blue buff to just take out a little bit more of, and then his is about done, so we're gonna start mine up and we're gonna check this, and it's all good because we are not in vision. However, Fiora is MIA and coming. Oh, teleporting top. So what I see is there's a Senna coming this way, and I'm just gonna do this. So that's so it looks like we have a really good team, which is nice. Nobody's arguing, which is probably one of the most annoying things that happens. It's just the arguing. So I need to recall. Okay, we're gonna stop there for now. And we're gonna grab this. And we need one of these. Got it. Cool, good on Riven. Let's see how I'm doing on my goal. I'm at 9. I still need 17. Which can happen. My record for not in my house in a single game is 45. And so what we're gonna do is take out this turret, and at the same time so we got Complaining Annie on Isle mid laner. Which happens, not gonna lie. So, because we have a little bit more control of mid lane here, I'm going to So, I'm not sure why the Annie ulted Tempers right there. But hey, you do your thing, I do my thing. How far am I for that? Not far. Okay. So we're getting a little bit of armor because that lethality hurts. And it's currently negating 15 armor. And that one's 10, that one's 15. So that's 25 total. And I only got 75 to start with. Which I mean, I am a support. I am a squishy support because I'm not a mage support, but I am not a tanky one. So I see that my team is in a fight that I'm not sure why they're there. Um, and there goes their entire team. Um, a lot of times, things such as stilting happen at this point where the other team is potentially screaming at each other because this is silver. And they, if something goes wrong and they want to say it's not their fault, they will go after anybody and everybody who is not them and it's never their fault. That is just how ranked silver works. So I didn't want to be anywhere in range of a capable fighting Fiora, which she was with that much health, uh, and with that low of health at all. So almost to my Zanyas. I'm a little bit off. That's fine. I'll get it next time I'm back. And then we have Yasuo here, trying to avoid our mid lane and ADC, because he is certain he will die, and that is a correct assessment, because he did just that. And Ezreal's like, I need to go back. I have almost 5,000 gold. An entire item. The full item. Oh look, Annie killed somebody. So this is one of those games when you're in ranked, you kind of feel bad for the other person. Especially when it's starting to get a little bit ridiculous. Okay, we're past a little bit ridiculous at this point. We are at Redonk Donk. So essentially what we have here is the Fiora has given up. For some reason I got hit by turrets. Not sure why. And now I've got a Kayn coming after me. But I have good enough teammates who can do a lot of damage very fast. And I not die. And so I'm just kind of I'm just going to range to poke people and then die. So that's where we are at now. Got the completed Zanyas. And as well as my boots, which are very helpful at this stage of the game. So we're going to work our way. We do have top and bot we can work on and not just have to keep pushing. kind of keep pushing mid and it's going to be pointless kind of thing. So, it's not a good thing for them that I am the same rank and it's really not good for them that I just basically 1v1'd their jungler. That was very sad. I'm not gonna lie. I was expecting to possibly die and Annie get that kill. But that'd be a no on that happening. So let's just go get the plant. Honey fruit. Make me whole. So here we are again with the Kayn that dies. And we are going to see how he's feeling today. He might be in a dying position, and he might be in a, okay, it's fine kind of idea. And then you get to and so we win. So the thing about grinding to silver, and probably one of the most annoying and most frustrating things about getting to silver, is that you tend to only end up with either a really good team or a really, really bad team. And so there is no in between. And so that is one of the problems. So, okay. Just making sure. Okay. I just started echoing. Did I stop echoing now? Okay. So we got a champion capsule. Let's see what we got in here. Twist of Fate and an Urgot, which did I have? I had, yep, I didn't have an Urgot. That's fun. Let's go in again. Let's see if this team this time. Well, pause. Currently still silver 3, but one more win will put me up for promotion to silver 2. So we are getting there slowly. So we're just waiting for this match. Doo, doo, doo. So we are still in this grind. I am going to be posting some new stuff. I have put together a timeline of some other days that I'll be streaming specific things. Um, Mostly playthroughs that I'll stream for about an hour on that playthrough, and then go off until the next week. And those are gonna be um, Total War Tuesdays, so Total War Shogun 2. Um, and then on Sundays, I'm gonna be playing Civilization 6, just to give me a break from League. Now that game, there wasn't too much saltiness except for on the other team, and you saw that a little bit that in the closing chat. But uh, it can be much, much worse, and so I try not to get involved in it. But sometimes you just kind of look at things and go, "Oh my gosh." So I try not to get involved in the salt, and try not to let other people get under my skin. So, try being the key turn there. So, got Morgana again. Let's see. Do we want the gray-skinned Morgana that looks like that? Um, and the image in the middle. Exiled Morgana. Blackthorn, not Blade, Blackthorn Morgana, or Bewitched Morgana, which are the ones I've got currently. So, it used to be Blackthorn was the only one I owned, and so when I did get some new ones, I have been trying to use a variety of them. But we'll go Blackthorn this game. I think actually she'll play off really well with this Ash skin. I do not own this Ash skin. Oh, dang it. Somebody called out. I want to play and stream with somebody with playing that Ash skin. It is gorgeous. Like, there's nothing wrong with that Ash skin. At all. I want to say that is the, dual, like, it's fire and, like, brimstone, and it's awesome. Oh my goodness. People, stop. So maybe, hopefully that's the same person. I didn't really look up the name last time. No. Okay, so apparently that dude's about to dodge because he don't play jungle. That happens when you get a fill person, and they don't want to play the position they're given. Now the Ash skin I'm talking about is a gorgeous beauty, and I will pull it up in a second. Nope, that's not what I want. So, say I want that. Okay. So it's the High Noon Ash skin that Ash was gonna play, and it looks like this. And honestly, in game, she starts off by riding her horse that is like a shadow figure on the field, and I if I played ADC still, I would be all over that Ashe skin. Like, I don't care that I have 5 Ashe skins already. I would go get that one because Ashe used to be like my favorite thing. Um, but that is legit one of my favorite skins that Riot has released recently. And that's not even the most recent, but that was in addition to the High Noon line when they did Lucian, because they had Lucian and Thresh, and then they added that, and I was like, hello. So we got Morgana. Since we've already got the vote in for the Blackthorn, we'll just keep Blackthorn. But yeah, that Ashe skin. Whew. I might cosplay that coming up. That might be my cosplay after this wonderful quarantine. Yes, I see your puns. I'm so used to puns now that I just kind of don't even laugh. And that's because I have an overexposure. You can thank Burley, my husband. Oh, I know. You're not going to stop those puns. I've known you too long. So. We are going to be having... Oh, no. I promise that I will not swear this game. But I can't promise you won't read all of them off my face. Because that is a brand support, most likely. And brand support is 100% one of the worst things that I have ever seen in my life. The only thing that is worse is Vel'Koz support, because he outranges the brand. And so, yes, we want to hang out with you too. We have been given a rough go-ahead to not be so quarantined. Like, Governor Kemp didn't care, but we care, and we know that our household had Corona and not the beer. So we are just avoiding people in general right now. So we have been tested negative. Yay, in this household. We have tested negative. We're just kind of waiting out a little bit longer to see. Safely, I don't think I'm going to be really hanging out with anybody till at least June. So that's my timeline on hanging out with people in the real and not through Discord or Google Meets or what else have we been using? Zoom. So, but yeah, I might 100%. I might go buy something. I might go buy one of those Jackbox games and do a live stream of playing with people, just because those things are hilarious. Which would be fun. So this is the Blackthorn Morgana skin. It's a little bit different from the last one. Oh, yeah. It's pointless to carry my Q. Or my E. So... I have my Q ready. Oh. Where did he come from? Like, that was the weirdest, like, the fastest moving Trundle that I was so confused there. So, this Morgana skin is kind of nice. I was originally gonna um originally cosplay this before they updated the skin, and I am much happier with the placement of wings now with Morgana, that I could do her in any of her outfits. But the reason that I held off of doing this costume for so long was because the wings were supposed to be attached um, in a place where there would actually be no support. And so that was just kind of annoying. And so this brand's gonna chase me. Um, because he wants a kill, and he's a tryhard like that. And now he's not behind me. So since we're going back early this game, because, well, let's be honest, came in from the wrong direction because I was warding. Grabbing just a control ward for the premise of warding the Tribush when I get a chance. Because Vayne and Brand have an advantage at the moment, that's a likelihood for they won't send Trundle down here, but it also generally means, so they did send somebody. There's the Trundle. So I'm doing what I can, essentially. So that gives my ADC double buffs, which is nice. And I think it did give him a kill and an assist, so that's good. I should be fine for a minute or two to ward. I have a feeling this brand is going to continue to be excessively aggressive. Most brand supports that I've seen I tend to be a little bit more aggressive if I take brand bot for support, because he can just early game overpower so many people because so does Vayne. Vayne has double buffs too. If you notice, his range on his spells is very long, and they do large area effect damage for the most part. And it's on a relatively low cooldown. And when it's on a low cooldown like that, they tend to get super crazy and excited about killing people. Now, Brand was not expecting for us to go straight for Vayne when he wasn't in scene, but as we see, the Brand is aggressive. So, think of it. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So you can't hear it because I have it turned off on this game. Morgana's voice actor did some really awesome voiceover for the skins, but specifically, um, when they reworked her, they redid all of her voiceovers, I believe. Um, from what I remember about some of those conversations and stuff. And her different skins have very different little tidbits that she says, but she got very dark. Um, I know Exiled Morgana makes a statement of uh, you can't be betrayed by your enemies. And this one's consistently talking about uh, uh, are you with my sister? Do you support Kale and all that kind of stuff? So it's kind of interesting how their Riot is working their storyline into their game. And that's just a tidbit while I'm sitting here waiting on my or these laners to come back. So that's sometimes a hard combo to shield against Brand. A, because it comes up so often that he has it every like 10 seconds. And so when the shield duration or timer is on 24 seconds, it takes a minute. So Vayne is right there. I think she just warded. I'm just gonna throw my ward there. There's a Brand right there. And so our Twitch has gotten to his ultimate, which is great and fun. Oh, that was funny. She purposely was trying to avoid my cues and still got hit. So we're still winning lane. That's always nice when you can actually win lane against a Vayne, because she just ramps. So, okay. So you're gonna flash after me. That's good to know. Oh, there's that goal I said I was gonna try to make last game. But look, we got it this game. So, and that means I was only 4 short last game. So, the next progress is 60 more, or at this point, less than 60 more. We are at like... Nah. The next one is 50, so we're at 59. So one less. One less. So Twitch is using his stealth not to be seen. So there's the Brand. He's level 6. That ultimate is going to be when we get to it. Vayne is also 6. But her invincibility is nowhere near as impactful as Twitch's. And I am still at level 5. Will be for a moment. Oh. Top lane is doing very well. I just noticed how well top lane is doing. Because top lane has that first turret down and is sitting at the oh my gosh. that is one I was not looking that I was going to finish. But yay, finally got that one done. It takes probably the longest because generally in Morgana's ults, Shoal Shackles, you tend to have your opponents um, die before they get stunned, because it does take 3 seconds for them to get stunned, and a lot happens in 3 seconds that you wouldn't realize. But those 3 seconds do very much matter when it comes to the stun duration, how fast people killed. So So we see the Trundle. Our entire team is down here. And the Trundle's dead. Okay. So it is a Cloud Drake. So a Cloud Soul. Which I legitimately love having Cloud Soul on Morgana just because of the ultimate cooldown that it gives. Let's be honest. Anytime you can lower your cooldowns of your ultimate on a support, it is great. So it looks like the opposing team's top laner just might not be existent at the moment. So that will unfortunately have to be a report after the game. So we're probably about to lose bot turret. Yep, Brand's AFK. They will probably... Arnar's like, oh, he's AFK, sweet. I wouldn't be surprised that in a few minutes they don't surrender. 15 minutes is the early surrender mark. And if they've got an AFK, that will not be a hard or difficult surrender vote to get through. So I'm just surprised that my exhaust got on the right person that I was aiming at, which was the Corki, because I did not see the Vayne in frame yet. So 15 minutes just hit the corner. We'll see if that... Yep, there goes the surrender vote. So well, there we go. Another win for that. Oh, I qualified for a series. Give me a second. Because they have an AFK. Okay. So That's awesome. Qualified for a series for promotion. So we have this going, which means I have the next 3 games. I have to win 2 to be promoted to season or to silver 2, um, which should not be difficult. Um, hopefully, you never know. You never know. So it helps to get a match when you push find match. So we have Morgana. Depending on if she gets banned or if people don't want her, or I don't know. I might play something else. I love Morgana, don't get me wrong, but I have plenty of champions to pick from, and most of them are support champs at my upper end of my playing ability. So, back on support as always, let's be honest. When you're a support main, you often do not get put in whatever you put as your second choice. You will get support. Which is why I think it's funny as it tells you you've been assigned support, and I'm like, no, I chose this life. I chose to be support. So, as always, I just ban Irelia. She's been too ridiculous lately. Until I see definitive proof that she has been nerfed to the point where she can be killed, I'm just not going to deal with her. Which, I guess, really is the whole point of banning anything in the first place. So, we have Irelia, and no Morgana bans again. Somebody is just smiling down on me and loves me so much today. So let's go from Black Morgana. We played Exile. And we'll play Bewitching Morgana. Because we might as well just go through all of my Morgana skins today. And that's the way I like my life. Just all the Morgana. So I am already looking at their team comp, and I am very confused because they have 2 support mains, or 2 support champions, quote unquote, that I'm not sure where they would go outside of support right now, which are Braum and Alistar. In case you don't play League as often as I do, or are new to League and maybe don't know as many of the champions. But I'm just trying to figure out. I mean, Alistar has been in meta not at support before. I'm not going to say it, but normally it's top, and they have a Fiora. I'm not sure if we have a confused team or if this is going to be a Braum Alistar lane. And it's just going to be a very long game. Because I'm not going to lie, that is a lot of tank. The only person on that team who does not build tank or could not build tank is a Fiora. And that's ridiculous. I'm not sure what's going on with their team. But we will see once we get into game where everybody's going. Oh, we'll see right now. So it is an Alistar Braum bot. Okay. Viewers level 5 mastery. Malphite's 7. That could be a troublesome moment. Nalistar is 6. That could also be a slightly troublesome moment for me. Um, Set's a silver 1. Ooh, Jarvan is both a mastery 7 and a gold 4. Looks like Katarina either is unranked this season or just purposely wants that's there. So I might be the lowest ranked person on my team, um, which can be both a good thing and or a bad thing. So that is going. So, Bewitching Morgana is kind of cool because she is probably the most covered skin that Riot has ever made for Morgana. Because she has a full-on 1600s style dress. As well as, like, you can tell when you see the crease of her skirt that she actually has leggings under them and boots. The crease is the only thing that is not inspired by the 1600s, like, and that cleavage gap. So our Jarvan is probably one of the most adorable people I've already met so far. Because he just gave a nice long speech about how good luck, have fun, everybody. Remember, communicate and work as a team, but most importantly, have fun. Which is adorable. More adorable than anybody else deserves in their lives to be. So, Malphite is probably trying to convince his own team with his comment that he just made that y'all didn't see yet, a 3-minute open mind, that this team comp is going to work. Now, I am, as you may have noticed, I took my shield prior to my Q for this game because I am against a double super stun bot lane. So, Braum's passive killing off thing, stunning thing, I mean, it's just gonna be ridiculous. I will not have enough shields to deal with these two people. However, we do outrange them, which is a wondrous thing in our lives because so that's one of the reasons why I took the shield early, was because in all honesty, a lot of that stun potential is there in a level 1. But the problem is that yeah, it's just I will not have enough constant shields for the amount of threat pressure of that kind of damage that they will have. However, I will work my hardest to get that E down as fast as possible, because if I can see it coming, I can block it if my shield's up. It's when I don't have my shield up that it becomes a problem. So right now we have a MIA. Well, we had an MIA Alistair. He's around that corner, hiding. I'll just, you know. So one of the things about one of the things about that bot lane combo is if you can avoid it, they have no damage. But most people can't avoid it, or like me, you forced to flash all the time. So if our Caitlyn, well, our Caitlyn died. Slightly her fault for not recalling, but also not because you don't expect their jungler to come bot at that moment, but I guess you should. So I'm just kidding. Now I will say I really like this Braum skin. I've not seen it before, but I really like it, and I really want to go look it up. So that'll be a thing I'm doing after this game. Check out that Braum skin. Because it looks like he's bald, but still has his mustache. Well, wait, he's always bald and has a mustache. But, like, in that one, he just looks dapper. He's a dapper Freljordian. So, we're kind of doing the best we can. There might be some slight infighting on the other team. Not sure. Sometimes, people on the other team will just make commentary in the all chat to give the impression that there's infighting on their team when there's really not. To make other team, coffee or whatever. I don't know why. And so right now, what we see is our team collapsing, for the most part, on their jungler. But not catching him. Ooh. So, their jungler no, don't. So this Caitlyn is super aggressive, and I am going to be the one who has to kind of back up the silliness. So we wasted an Alpide ult. So we really should be very happy in this game that Mountain Drake is first, because if there was multiple stacks on that team, on the other team of +6 armor and magic resistance, our team would be very, very sad and crying. Um, because that's just not okay. Because if you take a team that already builds armor and give them bonus armor, then there is no way you can outdamage that. Ever. So Malphite's hiding bot lane for some reason. So for some reason, Alistair and Braum are very well, they're pushing heavily really fast all of a sudden, and that has come out of nowhere. And we know Malphite's been bought. So I'm not certain if they don't realize we saw him or what. So the amount of abilities that took just for them to kill our Caitlyn is why I knew that it would be a very interesting lane to begin with, because I do not have enough Qs or E's to counteract that. I don't even think a Quicksilver Sash will help. But good idea, Jarvan. Good idea. So we have 57 seconds, 54. We got about 50 seconds until this next dragon, which is a Windrake. Ooh, so either we're having a relaxing, the relaxing, wonderful. So that's ridiculous. You got a Hecarim coming in too. It's bad. So we're gonna get rid of that wonderfulness and try to. So their entire team is just tanky stun, tanky stun, tanky stun, tanky stun. So there's one of them dead. There's the other, or second one dead. Third one didn't get down yet. Okay, we need those remaining dregs. Nobody's business. And we need those remaining drakes for the premise of this is going to be a painful battle without them. So Alistar has finally found the pink ward that I placed a while ago. And he's still over there, trying to take away my words. And so I will just apparently flash a Malphite ult. And for their team's bot. So I agree with our Caitlyn. She's trying to farm, but it's hard to farm when you keep having 4 people or more, or just crazy number of things going on. Unfortunately, the sets on our team, like, fortunately, the sets on our team, but unfortunately, the sets on our team, so I can't show you the fun interaction that occurs when Morgana Black Shields sets ultimate, because it's probably one of the funniest things I've seen in my life, and I hope to get it on recorded footage one day, because he continues his full animation but just goes everywhere, but nobody goes with him, and it's entertaining to say the least. And so Alistar went mid lane, and so that means I can let Caitlyn farm on her own, get some levels, and I am going to run, and I'm gonna ult, and I'm going to Q something, and I'm not going to die somehow. So I was able to somehow get that exhaust on him. Not sure how. Ooh, come on. Okay. Never mind. I just wanted to help. But Caitlyn also gets the turret, the tower, and some solo experience in gold, which because of her harsh time down there, she needs. And I'm used to working off of a lower income, but you know. And the second Caitlyn gets some free time, a Fiora shows up. Great. So there's Alistar. There's a Fiora. there's a Braum. And so it's not just me down here, so that's always good. There comes our set. One of the things that's interesting about this particular map, with the fact that it is a infernal map, is that it's great for Morgana because she has a hard time getting around jungle normally because her movement speed is never the best. And so it gives her a little bit more freedom just to run straight across. However, it does that for other slow champions as well. And can be annoying. Do I have anything? No. Need about 100 so gold. Which I don't think there's anywhere I can really just go to get it right now, besides pinging for my Caitlyn to run. Like, oh my god, she's 3v1 again. Not blaming her. That's a combination of just don't want to deal with in my life. However, there's that 100 gold I was looking for, interestingly enough, because and there's double kill. So that's fun. Definitely got the gold I needed to finish up my item. Also get another item. And we're gonna go for Zhonya's. We're gonna need it in this game. So now, normally I am very opposed to taking my ADC's kills. This is a very, a very strange game that I am just, for the most part, trying not to die myself and trying to keep her alive at the same time. But that is a very difficult order to do. And somehow I landed that Q. That was quite fun. Alright, so we got our ADC somehow got stuck in the middle of that fight. And so just gonna go over here and ward that. Wanna kind of see if that Braum will be kind of stupid, but he's not. You can always try and hope that the enemy will overstep. However, the higher in rank you get, the least likely that is that they will fully overstep and get you just do something to give you kills. So they are targeting rightly the people who don't have escapes for the most part. So Caitlyn, myself, Katarina's got one, but not sometimes the most reliable if you don't have somebody to so things I like about these alternate rifts is like things like that. You can ward in different places than you normally would um, on the old rift or the, you know, early rift. So like I can ward in the middle of the red pit and catch a lot more vision. So that Fiora's butt. And that's a dead Hecarim. I'm gonna recall to go deal with Fiora for a moment, even though it's not technically my job because I'm a support and I normally wouldn't be able to do things like that. But we have the Infernal Soul, which is wonderful. So, alright, well, have a good day, King Kuga. Just gonna ward. There we go. And put one here. And again, I'll put it right there. See if anybody comes to stop me. Oh, yep, there's somebody coming to stop me, alright. So, I have no doubt that his thought process is she wouldn't be so cocky if she didn't have backup around. And normally you would be right, but sometimes I have issues with how cocky I actually am, and is it warranted or not. And normally the answer is no. It's not warranted. I'm just too cocky for my own britches. Um, that was a great example of me being cocky and not warranting that cockiness. So, as everything in life, at least if you're gonna do something and you think there's an issue with it, at least you're gonna gotta be honest about it. If you think somebody's too cocky, be at least willing to, admit your own cockiness in life. So. So, I think Caitlin's relatively safe at bot. I probably should have worded it. Um, you know. But I'm also going to go support the mid lane Sett, who is legit. The person who probably has the most kills on our team. And I think they're kind of just... So she parried before I did anything to her. So that's always fun. Because it means she wasted her ult. She wasted her parry on a support. And so, once again, I end up with my two members of my team, and I'm alive somehow. See, this is why I love playing Morgana, is because she can normally take a very, very unlivable situation and make it into at least a somewhat a livable one. So, um, because of my abilities, I could run away there. If I did not have a shield and 2 stuns in my kit, I would have died. Oh, so I have a new personal best on epic monsters killed in a single game today. So that's awesome. So honestly, and I mean, or that works. Like, we know that the Fiora is probably gonna try and backdoor. Um, except for she can't, because she's gonna have an entire team coming down at her, which is going to be ridiculous for her. And so So I keep... Okay. And so... Um, so that they have a very interesting... Um, so they just kind of rushing me because they know I'm an easy kill, even though, but I do a lot to help the team, strategy wise. So we got 2 minutes on set being up. We got just go meet Jarvan. We need Caitlyn. So it looks like they might have been going for Caitlyn, and we kind of... So we can just walk it up mid. And that's game. Apparently I'm disconnected. Watch this. It's gonna get in a weird loop. I've only had this happen a few times, but you can generally figure it out. Alright, I'm able to connect server because it's done. I don't know why I pushed retry. I should push cancel. But I can. So we're not going to try to reconnect because that game is no longer in progress. And there we go. So I'm going to take a break for a little bit. I got to get some dinner. I will get back on when I'm ready. Alright, bye.